logic to be shared.
What's going on, guys? Let's talk some common sense. To all of you people out there that are concerned about the protesters being there, and you believe the police's totalitarian way of dealing with the protesters is warranted and is actually effective in stopping the virus. Point number one, whether the police are there or not, these people that are going to gather are gathering anyway. So according to the government's logic, if people are gathering, then that would mean that the transmission would happen. So whether the police are there or not, these people would be gathering and transmission would be happening for their so-called virus. So logic would suggest that by having the police there in such a number for peaceful protesters, all you're actually doing is increasing the level of transmission happening within the community now, because you're adding even more people to the mix. Wouldn't an effective risk minimization strategy be for the police to have as little police presence there as possible and only enough to control the protesters' movements? Because why would you be putting more people into the mix? Why would you do that? If you're really dealing with a deadly pathogen that transfers from individual to individual, why would you increase the level of people that are there by putting police there? Because haven't you noticed that whether the police are there or not, the protesters are there for the same amount of time anyway? The only difference is now these protesters are being shot with rubber bullets and being corralled and being arrested, which increases the level of human contact, which increases the chances of police now taking this so-called virus and spreading it through the community as well. What this basically means is this, that the police being there doesn't do anything. All they're doing is flexing their muscles and showing what happens when you stand up to a totalitarian government, because it's not about protesting, and it's not about protesting during a lockdown. And I'll tell you why. Because police didn't beat the crap out of Black Lives Matter protesters. And they didn't shoot Black Lives Matter protesters, right? And these same Black Lives Matter protesters, which is Antifa, was burning down cities in other bloody parts of the world before they did the protests in Melbourne and Sydney. Extinction Rebellion. They didn't beat the crap out of the Extinction Rebellion guys. Were they not protesters? Were they not during lockdowns? So please, before you sit there and start talking your dribble, actually get your facts straight and actually start thinking for yourself and stop being so ignorant.